I mean, but what's the point? You're going to have one guy who will never get the nominee debating another guy who will never get the nomination, will get debating yet a third person who won't get it. I mean, what's the point of it?
Oh, you are so cynical. You are so cynical. Look, the point is nothing is predetermined. Yes, right now it looks like Trump's lead is unassailable. Look,
Oof.
Nothing is written in stone. I think that ultimately you're going to have a winnowing of the field, and you're going to see people coalescing toward one of the candidates. You know, it might be DeSantis, it might be Tim Scott, who knows? But the point is, at one point there will be a winnowing. I think Trump's lead will degrade somewhat. I think you're going to get a competitive shot. I just cannot sit here and say that it is written in stone that Trump will be the nominee. I just don't know that we just don't know that.
I hope people are listening to you before they trot off to lay their bets. You're in New York, Ami. There are amazing scenes there. I can't believe what I'm looking at. You know, asylum seekers sleeping in the streets outside an upmarket hotel, sleeping under bridges for a while until they got moved on, moving into an old mental asylum. Now talk of even being put up in tents in your parks, even Central Park, for heaven's sake. Most of them seem to be men from Africa. How they got in such numbers to America beats me, as well as from South America, even a couple of Russians I saw there. What is going on in New York?
I think what we're seeing is incredible. First of all, I want to say this. Look, hats off to the border states for this beautiful piece of political theater. If I wasn't living it, I would be more supportive, but I have to live this every day because I live in Manhattan. It is incredible. The amount, look, the lack of self-awareness among the Democratic Party and the leaders of the blue cities is incredible to me. You had Eric Adams, the governor of New York, say it is inhumane to send people to New York City. Does he listen to himself? I mean, it's incredible. State of Massachusetts has called a state of emergency because of the migrants. To give you some perspective, there are less than 60,000 migrants in New York. Now, for those who don't know New York City, the New York City parks are sacred spaces, right? We live in an urban jungle. Central Park, Randall Park, Governor's Island, these are sacred spaces. We don't have a lot of green space. What are we doing? We are taking Randall Park, one of the major parks of New York, and we are putting massive tents across the entire park. They calculate that there's over 3,000 hours of youth sports that has been canceled already because of the migrants. And they're sitting in these tents with Xboxes and movie theaters that they can watch. We are spending billions of dollars on the migrants. Yes, you're laughing, but I'm living in it, Andrew. You know, I took pictures of some of the migrants living up and down my area of the Upper West Side. And I hate to say it. I do. I don't want to say it. But look, I see guys who walk around with bottles of vodka, drunk. I would say a third of the people I see on the streets of New York are just drunk. I don't know if I blame them, right?
Yeah, but
who wants to live in this situation also?
But Ami, one reason I'm laughing is just brilliant. You know, the Republican states down south that have had to deal with, as you say, you know, 1 million people more coming across the border. You know, they had to deal with it. They started busing up, like Texas, they started busing up the people to New York, famously left-wing, and say, well, look, see if you like it. And suddenly the New Yorkers think, oh, we don't really, big tiz, you know, 60,000 is too many for them. I think it's so funny.